Welcome, Secrets of Magnates. When most people start trading with $100, their mind instantly flips into get-rich-quick mode. They picture doubling their account in a week, maybe hitting $1,000 in a month, and before they know it, they're dreaming of quitting their job. That mindset is exactly why most fail. Turning $100 into $1 million isn't about speed. It's about the ability to think in decades, not days. The mindset that makes this possible is called the compounding mindset. The belief that slow, consistent, strategic growth beats fast, reckless gains every single time. The compounding mindset is rooted in patience, discipline, and long-term vision. It's not glamorous at first. It doesn't give you the adrenaline rush of huge bets in wild account swings, but it's the same mindset that built fortunes in every industry. From Warren Buffett in investing to Jesse Livermore in trading. This is the thinking pattern that forces you to protect your capital, grow it steadily, and never sabotage your own progress. The average trader sees $100 as nothing, something they can afford to lose. The millionaire trader sees $100 as a seed. You don't eat the seed, you plant it, water it, and protect it. If you keep digging it up to check if it's growing faster, you'll destroy it. In trading, that means resisting the urge to overtrade, risk too much, or jump into random setups because you're bored. The $100 account demands respect because how you treat the small amount is exactly how you'll treat the big one. Consider this. If you can grow your account by just 5% per week, that's not exciting short-term. On $100, that's only $5 profit. Most traders would laugh at that, but over time, the math becomes shocking. At 5% weekly growth, $100 turns into about $10,000 in less than 5 years. And if you keep the same mindset with bigger capital, the numbers explode into hundreds of thousands and eventually millions. The principle is simple. Growth multiplied over time creates results that seem impossible at first. The problem is most traders fail to think this way. They want to take their $100 and risk 50% on a single trade. What they don't see is that if they lose twice in a row, their account is nearly gone and their emotions wrecked. This is where the compounding mindset separates winners from losers. Millionaire traders never measure success by one trade or 1 week. They measure it by a series of disciplined actions over months and years. Take the example of Richard Dennis, the famous commodities trader. In 1992, he started with a small amount, around $1,600, and turned it into hundreds of millions over the next decade. He didn't do it by gambling. He did it by applying consistent, repeatable rules to every trade and letting time. Now let's talk about emotional energy. Trading isn't just about charts. It's about your mental state when you make decisions. If you're chasing quick money, you're in constant anxiety. Every small market move feels like life or death. You can't think clearly. The compounding mindset eliminates this by removing the pressure to get rich right now. It shifts your focus to making the right move consistently. This not only makes trading less stressful, it also improves decision quality. A common mistake new traders make is comparing themselves to others. They see someone on social media flipping $500 into $5,000 in a week and feel like they're doing something wrong. You also need to understand that the compounding mindset is not passive. It doesn't mean you sit back and hope your account magically grows. It means you're actively refining your strategy, learning from mistakes, and adjusting to market conditions, but always within the framework of controlled risk. You're not trying to hit home runs. You're trying to get in base every day. And over time, those base hits add up to a championship season. Some traders resist this approach because it feels slow. But ask yourself, what's better? Spending 6 months chasing quick wins, blowing up multiple accounts, and ending back at zero, or spending those same 6 months building a track record of consistent growth so that when bigger capital comes, you're ready. In the end, the compounding mindset comes down to this. Protect your capital, grow it steadily, and never rush the process. If you can master this with $100, you've built the mental foundation for turning that into $1 million. The numbers may change, but the mindset stays the same. And once you truly internalize this, you'll realize that the small account you're trading today is not a limitation. It's your greatest asset. In trading, patience is not simply the ability to wait. It is the ability to wait without destroying yourself in the process. Most traders think they're patient because they can hold a trade for an extra 5 minutes or sit through a small pullback without closing early. In the end, the compounding mindset comes down to this: protect your capital, grow it steadily, and never rush the process. If you can master this with $100, you've built the mental foundation for turning that into $1 million. The numbers may change, but the mindset stays the same. And once you truly internalize this, you'll realize that the small account you're trading today is not a limitation. It's your greatest asset. In trading, patience is not simply the ability to wait. It is the ability to wait without destroying yourself in the process. Most traders think they're patient because they can hold a trade for an extra 5 minutes or sit through a small pullback without closing early. But ruthless patience is different. Ruthless patience is when you can stand in front of the market, watch price dance inches from your dream entry, and still refuse to pull the trigger because the setup isn't perfect. It is when you can see the market tempt you with movement, volatility, the illusion of opportunity, and still you do nothing because you understand that not trading is also a trade. This mindset is rare because the market is designed to trigger impatience. From the moment you log in, every candlestick is an invitation. Every tick of price is a whisper telling you to act now before it's too late. And if you're not ruthless with your patience, those whispers become commands and you obey them. A trader with no patience will find trades in every wiggle. A trader with ruthless patience will find trades only when the odds are heavily in their favor. I remember reading about a trader in 2003 who had a rule. He would only take a maximum of 4 trades a month. Not because he was lazy, but because he understood his system only produced 4 high-probability setups in that period. One month, he waited 23 days without placing a single trade. On day 24, his signal appeared. He entered, managed the trade perfectly, and made more in that one position than most impatient traders made all month combined. When interviewed, he said something that stuck with me ever since. If the market will still be here tomorrow, why should I rush today? That line contains the essence of ruthless patience. The challenge is that patience feels like doing nothing, and doing nothing feels wrong when you're supposed to be working. Our brains are wired to associate productivity with activity. In an office, you type emails, attend meetings, make calls. In trading, the most productive thing you can do is sometimes stare at the screen and take no action at all. This feels unnatural. Your hands itch to click. Your mind convinces you that any movement is better than none. And so you break. You enter too soon, you chase. You trade setups that are almost valid. You sabotage yourself. Ruthless patience is not passive. It is active waiting. It is a conscious, deliberate choice to protect your capital until the exact conditions you require are met. This requires mental strength because the world rewards speed, instant results, quick wins. Trading rewards the opposite. In the market, the tortoise doesn't just beat the hare blows its account while the tortoise compounds slowly into freedom. There was a legendary commodity trader in 1982 who made hundreds of millions of dollars, but only traded about 15 days out of the year. People assumed he had some mystical edge. In reality, his edge was discipline. He knew his setups so well he could identify exactly when they appeared. On every other day, he simply did nothing. He described the waiting as boring as watching paint dry. But when the trade came, it was like stepping in front of a moving train with perfect timing. That's ruthless patience, waiting for the train you know is coming instead of running after every shadow. To develop this mindset, you have to redefine what winning means. Winning isn't making money every day. Winning is following your plan every day. If your plan says you only trade when certain criteria are met and you see nothing that meets them, then not trading is a victory. The impatient trader measures success in pips and dollars. The patient trader measures success in avoided losses and preserved mental capital. This is a subtle but powerful shift because it removes the pressure to force trades. I switch rhythm, fast to drive excitement, slow for reflection. Like we're chatting over coffee, friend. Add real data. Studies from brokers like Interactive Brokers show 80% of retail traders lose money due to impatience. The successful ones, like Paul Tudor Jones, hammer patience. In 1987, he predicted the crash and made millions waiting for the exact moment. He never acted early. To crush limiting beliefs, visualize, write daily affirmations like, I am disciplined with my capital. Meditate 10 minutes before trading. This strengthens the mind. but then layer in habits. Sleep well, exercise, for clear decisions. Millionaires don't trade exhausted. Think about the psychological damage impatience causes. Every premature entry that turns into a loss chips away at your confidence. Every unnecessary loss forces you to trade harder just to get back to break even. And when you trade harder, you often trade worse. This is the spiral that destroys accounts. Ruthless patience stops the spiral before it begins. It is a shield that protects you from your own worst instincts. Of course, ruthless patience is not natural. It must be trained. It starts with clarity. If you do not have a clear, well-defined trading plan, you cannot be patient because you won't know what you're waiting for. The mind hates uncertainty, and without a plan, it will convince you that any opportunity is good enough. When you know exactly what a perfect setup looks like, you can reject everything else with confidence. If you're the kind of person who doesn't just chase success, but studies it, this is where you belong. Subscribe to Secrets of Magnates and turn on the bell, because the next idea might change the way you think forever. Now picture a realistic scenario. Say you're a beginner trader in Mexico with only $100 in your account. The Forex market swings, and you spot a potential move on EUR/USD. But you wait. Your plan demands confirmation from 3 indicators. Hours pass, nothing. Next day it lines up. You enter with controlled risk and win. This repeats. Months later, your account sits at $300. Not huge, but progress. This happens, but then volatility spikes and you resist the urge to overtrade. Then a winning streak pushes you to one. The scale changes, but your mindset doesn't. You talk to friends who lost everything chasing crypto pumps, while you keep compounding. Another example, in 2010, an anonymous trader in Spain started with 200 euros, roughly $100 at the time. He applied strict compounding, risking only 1% per trade. 10 years later, he had over $1 million. No magic, just consistency. His mental habits included daily journaling, reviewing mistakes without emotion. This builds resilience. But then a 10% drawdown hits, and instead of panicking, he adjusts and recovers. The financial philosophy here is key. Millionaires see money as a tool, not the goal. They crush limiting beliefs like, money is evil, or I'll never have enough. They shift to money flows through discipline. In trading, that means treating every dollar with respect. Emotional habits, calm in losses, gratitude in wins. Never let ego call the shots. Imagine this. You're on a 3-trade losing streak. The average trader gets frustrated, doubles risk, but with this mindset, you pause, analyze, wait, then you return stronger. This happens, but the market tests you again, and you come out on top because your vision spans decades. This mindset transforms everything. From $100 to millions, one disciplined step at a time. Protect, grow, wait. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Remember, financial success is a marathon, not a sprint, and we're just getting started. In the next video, we dive into the exact daily routine that keeps millionaire traders calm under pressure. Hit that bell and stay tuned.